Hey Gemini, this is your monthly love and relationship reading for the month of July 2026. Let's see what we got here for you. Oh, two. Empathetic bridges. Embrace healing by being kind, balancing life's four contrasting forces. And in typical Gemini fashion, we got two cards for you. Taming anger. Don't roar in arguments. Respect can heal wounds. We're trying to be kind, but we really just want to pop off on somebody. So how are you showing up this month? Hierophant reversed. Tell me more about that, because it can mean a few different things. Of course, being countercultural, doing things your own way in your own timing. Four of Pentacles. In a way of protecting yourself and also holding on to what you value in your own personal private property or things that you own. Three of Pentacles, yes. Things that you've worked for, things that you believe belong to you. Cutting on the Nine of Wands. This is a highly defensive moment. And the thing about the Hierophant is that there may be some skipped steps or something that you've been missing in what's going on with you and this other person that's important to take note of. So we're going to see what that might be. Missed something here. But your person, Five of Wands, they're argumentative. They have their thing to say. They want to be heard. Three of Swords reversed. It's actually to try to heal themselves because maybe their voice wasn't always listened to, or they were drowned out by stronger energies around them. Ace of Pentacles reversed. They feel like they don't have personal value. Six of Cups, they just want to show unconditional love. They want to be treated kindly and compassionately and fairly, regardless of what they have to offer. And they are offering a bridge as well here. So I've got you in this corner, Gemini. And you're saying that you have every right to feel the way that you feel and that you're not going to just do what everyone else expects of you. Meanwhile, they're over here saying, I just need to be reaffirmed that I have value, but the way that I'm going about it is kind of clunky. Let's put it that way. All right. Seven of Swords on the cut underneath. This is about coming up with a new strategy to handle something in a smarter way rather than what's just instinctive to you. So then what is the issue about here for Gemini and their person in July? Six of Swords and Seven of Wands reversed. This is about trying to find an equitable way to move forward and get out of chaotic conversations, chaotic arguments, moments where things can have the opportunity to be a breakdown moment or even a separation, creating a separation. A way to move on from chaotic situations without tearing someone down completely. When you have Lovers at the base, that's your card. It's reversed here. This is about growing into more of a fully realized version of yourself as a Gemini, as someone who makes decisions based on, do we have a shared path or purpose? Is there enough kinship between us to be able to move forward, as well as integrating both dark and light sides within yourself? 3, 4, 5 on the clock. What is up for grabs here? The Queen of Cups reversed. So feeling emotionally unstable, flighty, delusional, escapist. Those are the things that you have a chance to grow in here, which is sitting with uncomfortable emotional energy, containing it within oneself rather than projecting it outwards because it feels like trash. I understand. Trust me, I understand. But there is an opportunity in order to be kind and compassionate towards someone you care about to hold on to instead of expelling all negative emotions immediately, to allow those to sit so that you can hold space for another person. All right. So that's what we're dealing with here. Now, what do you want out of the situation here, Gemini, as we roll into July? The Fool. You want to be able to act freely and do what you want when you want, to take major risks, to step lightly, to walk lightly, to live life lightly. That means not get too deep. It's not that deep, bro. and you require your freedom and ability to expand and do what you want when you want. High Priestess reverse coming out for you as well. Desiring to know everything, yet share nothing. Sorry, this is looking a little bit negative towards you. We'll find some information for you. None of us are perfect, trust. Okay. I'm your bad news reader. You're here because you want to make real progress, not be sugar-coated and glazed for no fucking reason. You're not a Krispy Kreme, bitch. All right. Four of Wands reverse for your person as to what they want or expect. They don't expect to reach a new higher level because they feel like they're always held back in some way. Magician reverse. They don't feel like they have the autonomy, the freedom, or everything that they need to reach a new level of progress and achievement, especially when it comes to relationships and when it comes to you. Page of Swords. They're trying to learn, they're trying to communicate, but they're naive about what's being communicated. I feel that they take what you say at face value rather than looking deeper into what's being said and what's being offered. So what are your fears about the relationship right now? 9 of Wands reversed and 10 of Wands reversed. It's a burden not worth having. It's not providing any physical or spiritual stimulation. It's not charging me up. I feel lazy. I don't want to move forward with something. I don't feel passionate about it anymore. It doesn't charge me up. They are fearing judgment. They're fearing a reckoning that what they have truly believed on the underneath side of everything is true. They're fearing their worst fears and anxieties and insecurities being spoken aloud to them. You're not actually helping anyone. You're not all that smart. What is this? 6 of Wands reversed. You're an embarrassment to me. Okay. So do you care about this person? Because you absolutely have the upper hand here, and your frustration with some of what's happening with them and their inability to be super direct about how they feel or be open and compassionate. Like the 6 of Cups is all the way back here in the reading. The first thing coming out is combativeness, defensiveness, argumentation. And if you're just seeing that at face value, and then they're seeing what you're responding with at face value, then where is the empathetic bridge that we need here to move forward? Because this person is really insecure about some very real issues. They're trying to work on it and move forward, but their sense of self-worth and value is extremely low. 7 of Cups is at the base of this. As I talk about all of this, it's like where both of you are throwing up masks or doing the look over here, look over there, straw man type argumentation. Is there any authenticity to be had about what people are vulnerably and truly feeling in this situation? Because you're afraid that you've just put in a lot of effort for no reason at all, and that there's nothing that will charge you up about this relationship. They're afraid that, again, all of their fears will be spoken of, that you'll cast judgment upon them, that they'll find out it's true. I actually don't have any worth or value. It's true. I'm actually an embarrassment to everyone that would want to spend time with me, and no one wants to see me as a leader or anyone that deserves to be held up. And it's very dark. Okay. How do you see them at this time in your subconscious? King of Pentacles. Okay. Show me something. How do you see this person, Gemini, at this time in your subconscious? Ace of Cups. All right. Okay, so you do care about this person. I just need to know, because if we're going to move forward with this, it's like, okay, they're dealing with deep insecurities. Are you willing to that is a challenge, okay? I'm not going to like sugarcoat that either. It is a challenge to care enough about a person to have to put up with some of their self-destructive behaviors, this combativeness and everything else, because they're being argumentative to protect a very gooey and delicate center that they don't want getting out. And you know, I think this is a bridge that could be built, but it's up to you to decide if you want to do it. So with the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, you see them as being responsible, reliable, steady, and steadfast. They have good sources of income, or they have good pragmatic sense, fair-minded, and control. And then Ace of Cups, you feel like there's emotional potential. You have a new love interest here. This is someone that you do have love and emotions for. Now, it takes time to develop. The way that they feel about you from their subconscious, we're getting the World reversed. This could be something new, but they're not quite sure if they're able to walk away from past traumas and dramas here. Nine of Pentacles reversed. They do feel that on some level you have a financial dependency, and they're wondering if you're using them. Star reversed. They think that you feel that they're hopeless. Part of their own self-worth has been wrapped up in their financial ability, their financial contribution, and maybe at this time with the Ace of Pentacles here, they feel that they don't really have much to offer you as they might have done so in the past, either towards you or towards past relationships. Because you're showing me that you feel like they're very financially strong and like they got their money is good and like whatever. They're thinking that you might be looking to them to support you financially, and they don't feel like they can do that at this time. Therefore, they don't have as much hope in the connection. Again, back to their own insecurities. So how can you support them better? Gemini, if you choose to support this person and move forward, what do you need to do? Two of Swords, you need to commit fully. Commit fully. Make a declaration. Five of Cups, that also involves allowing them to cry on your shoulder and actually acknowledging what they're going through, negative emotions. So you may have a tactic of wanting to reach out to people and to them in particular by giving the energy off of, it's not that bad. You know, you're going to get through it. Everything's going to be okay. By doing that, it is devaluing and minimizing their emotional hurt and pain that they experience in real life. Like this is their life. It's a lot of emotional hurt and pain and insecurities, fears of rejection, fears of all of that. And so the suggestion from your guides here is to actually sit with them in that emotional pain and relate to it as best you can. Understand how uncomfortable it feels, how devaluing it is. Because in order for them to heal and move on from this, there's something about it that needs to be acknowledged by anyone outside of themselves. And you're the one. This is an opportunity for you to do this if you so choose. And then we also have Seven of Pentacles reversed. Making an evaluation of the relationship. For their best interest, you've got to let go of evaluating if is this going anywhere, making any decisions about, you know, should we or shouldn't we, or what's the purpose, or, you know, do I really like you that much? This is saying make a commitment to being with this person, that their behavior doesn't change your evaluation of your commitment. Now, I say to you, that doesn't mean forever. That means to at least take 3 months, okay? And just say, I will be with this person for 3 months, bar something very dramatic happening that puts you in danger or something like that. I will commit to at least 3 months, and this is between you and me, okay? I will commit, and I will feel their sorrow and pain. I will sit with them through their emotional trauma. I will allow them to be argumentative and even talk their shit a little bit, because you're showing me that you know who you are to a pretty strong degree. You know your value. You know your worth. Four of Pentacles, you have your own protective shield up because of that value and worth, that you have mastery over something, and you know that people want you. You know that there's people you could do better. That's kind of the vibe you're giving me a little bit, and that's okay. But you also see Ace of Cups here. There's potential with this person So if you're telling me this, then commit to it. Don't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out right now, because this person needs you to sit with them through them acting out and being dramatic and being deeply emotionally wounded, for the compassion of it all. And this could really build your ability up as well. Queen of Cups right here. Okay. You're saying we have irreconcilable differences and we can't move on together because Queen of Cups, you're sad all the time. You're dealing with depression. You're drinking too much, or you're smoking weed too much, or you're like, you're trying to escape from the way that you uh, think and feel in your own mind. And therefore, this isn't going to work out. I gotta go. But you're showing me Ace of Cups here. So like, which is it, right? Page of Pentacles reversed at the base. Can we look beyond the superficial and what is just on the surface of life and living life lightly to accept that maybe there is a time period to allow our loved ones to be a little fucking nasty and for it to be an unfair circumstance. There is a give and take, and it doesn't always happen on the minute to minute. Not everything can be perfectly balanced and everyone be well adjusted. What can you ask for support from them? If you ask them for support, what would be the ideal here? What's a way that you can ask them for help? Something you can ask them for help with. 5 of Swords. Maybe setting boundaries for how far. Hangman, yeah. Let's hang it up. Let's hang it up. Let's walk away. Okay. This conversation, what this dialogue is, it's going too far. Let's take a break. Let's take a breather. So when they're popping off and being argumentative with you, and they're expressing all of these, like, unhealed wounding and trauma, what you can ask for is a little bit of time to let's take 5, let's take 10, let's talk tomorrow. I will be here for you, because they're afraid of abandonment and judgment, right? So I will be here for you. I still love you, but let's not continue this line of conversation right now. Let's let cooler heads prevail. Let's sit on it, think about it, and we will rediscuss it later. And follow up with that. Ask them for space, and then communicate when you're calm, when they're calm. You make sure that you bring it up so that they feel acknowledged, that you didn't just ignore it, or you're not just running from the problem, that you still want to approach it and talk about it. This is tough shit, okay? This is difficult, right? And I just want to say I've been here. I totally understand. And that when we in relationships, and Geminis and any mutable signs are going to understand this, right? Like we're all about relationships. These are the things that build us better than anything else. And if we can just commit to working on something and don't allow ourselves an out to run away from big feelings and tough stuff. And that is a way that we can actually grow spiritually so much. There are always rewards for that. There are always rewards for that. So don't feel like this is all for nothing. Even if the relationship falls apart, you will have learned something very, very valuable that you will take forward with you. No question. There's no question in my mind. So then on that note, what are you learning about? What is this going to give you in return if you're able to sit with this person and really commit more, commit further? Page of Cups reversed, Emperor reversed, 7 of Cups. This negative emotional attitudes towards you, anytime that someone made you feel negative or sad or anxious or fearful, anytime someone made you feel bad, okay, gave them such a level of power control over you that and I'm not just talking about this person. I'm talking about people way in the past. I'm talking about mommy and daddy. I'm talking about, some authority figure wherever, or in past relationships as well. You haven't been able to see the source of where this all comes from, because it's been like clouded, and now it's being made more clear, is that because you've been running away from feeling bad and the people who try to make you feel bad for whatever reason, that creates a cloud of delusion and illusion This is giving you new tools in the toolbox with the Seven of Swords to be able to handle these situations more adeptly, because you can't always run from those situations. Especially like we cannot live on an island. None of us can. I know you understand that, but there's not always somewhere to run to. Sometimes we have to turn and face it, and face the music, fight for ourselves, but also stand in solidarity with ourselves without fighting. That's a form of resistance. That's a form of individuality with the Hierophant reversed. That's your way of being, opposed to what anybody else is doing. You have your center of value and self-worth, so much so that these Emperor reverse energies can't come in and disrupt that and steal your peace and confuse the situation, confuse your self-worth. So you're learning a new skill here that goes far and well beyond the scope of this relationship. It's something that can last for a lifetime. Ace of Swords, they're learning the truth about themselves. They're learning the truth, period. Three of Wands reversed. They had low expectations. Low expectations for what? Themselves, for others. King of Swords reversed. They've had a lot of people who have been very critical towards them, very cold, withdrawing their caring and love. And even those who have shown to care and love for them, now they're very controlling. They're micromanaging everything that's happening. It's like, my love is transactional. If you don't please me, you don't get a hug. You don't get praise. You're in the doghouse, etc. Knight of Cups reversed. Sugarcoating, glazing, and just the inauthenticity. They're learning how valuable their authenticity is, and why they decided to take this attitude that's just now, it's breaking. Temperance, it's gotten too extreme. Temperance reversed. They tried to take this attitude of, well, I'll just be a people pleaser, and then I won't have people trying to control me and take away their emotions or their connection with me, or they'll stop trying to ghost me or freeze me out. And so that severely diminished their expectations for how other people could love them, and their expectations for themselves and like the quality of life. This is a very negative outlook on life. I'm seeing the Scorpio sign. Like, we're just in survival mode here. 2, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. This is a powerful time of growth for this person. And if you allow them a safe space to still love them, to still show them forgiveness and openness, because you have a strong center, you don't need to fight for yourself any further. And if you provide them the space to authentically come as they are, even though it's not people pleasing, even though it's like, no, I don't want to hear you bitch and whine, but I will. That has the power to transform their expectations so that they expect more for themselves. Okay. What's in your best interest to release at this time? Like, standing witness for somebody is like a huge, huge thing here, Gemini. That's, wow. Expecting your relationships to be one note, steady, stability, and always the same energy. This is how relationships really are, especially long-term ones. We all go through things, and they don't last just a day or a week even. They can last years. And I don't say that to like scare you. If you're looking for the value in every experience, again, you're asking for a little bit of space. Hey, let's take a break. This is getting heavy. And then when you return to yourself and you say, what can I learn from this? You know, what's really going on here? What's the deeper meaning? Why my angels and guides and loved ones and my higher self, my soul has brought me to this experience in life? What is that about? Because there's this idea that maybe you learned from, again, the superficial, what people show, people show veneers of perfection and we're always together and we're so solid. And it would be very embarrassing, I think, for the average person, especially 20 years ago, if we're talking about parental figures and things like that. It would be embarrassing for the typical person or typical couple to be like, yeah, we're fighting again. And like, oh my God, this person has been such an annoyance for like the last 2 years because they can't figure out their self-worth or what they're doing with their life. And I mean, now we talk about that stuff a lot more transparently, but this may have been an idea that the average person, or what is normal, quotes, is stability and permanency in relationships. Trying to force that is just not, it's not going to work. King of Cups reversed. Closing yourself off emotionally anytime things happen as a form of self-protection. You don't need the protection, my dear. You have a strong center. This person, whoever they are to you, I know that you care a lot about them, but they're not ever going to be able to diminish that. You're too strong. So then why close yourself off to protect yourself? What they need to let go of. 8 of Cups reverse. Again, feeling like they need to clean up their act, that they can't walk away from something because it no longer has value to them. Keeping things bottled up inside. Not sharing their pain, suffering, anxieties. They're learning to be more open and to really deep dive into their own traumas in order to redeem themselves. Like 8, oh my God, 8 of Pentacles and the Devil. This is such a big like transition moment for them. It's something that they have been through over and over and over again. And now there's a portal for them to get out of this. And it actually hinges on you. And I don't say that to like put the pressure on you, right? This is still your choice. This is still Ace of Wands. This is an opportunity. It's divinely guided. It holds potential for you. You can walk away from this person. It is your right to do as you will. But if you stand by this person and just, again, between me and you, give it 3 months, right? I don't know if it's exactly 3 months, but I'm just saying what you intuitionally feel of like, can I just make a full and total commitment to whatever the fuck is going on here for at least some amount of time, whatever feels comfortable, so that you can fully be in what is happening here. There's something there for you. I'm telling you. This is kind of crazy. I've never really gotten a message like this before. I deeply respect what you set up for yourself here. I think this person, you know, even if it's not with them, like the universe will pay you back dividends for this, for standing by and being an open, for holding space for this person, like whatever that looks like. Platypus. Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. I think there is something far greater and deeper to what this person means to you and what they can provide for you beyond the superficial. And I don't mean even just today, but I do. Today, tomorrow, and far in the future. Complaining about this or that is a way to blow off steam, which can be healthy to a degree, but ultimately it isn't very helpful for you or anyone around you. Lift yourself up no matter what your present life circumstances are. Face the day head on, and notice which thoughts you tend to put most of your attention on. Whatever the nature of those thoughts, the consequences manifest, not only in your feelings, but eventually in the world around you. Power flows wherever your attention goes. Consider the blessings in your life. What are the things that make you happy? You may find a discrepancy between what makes you happy and what you're doing in your life right now. If that's the case, choose to alter one or the other. Either change your life and start doing what makes you happy, or change your thinking to enjoy whatever is happening in the moment. It's up to you. And that's where all your choices, right? Your heart may be so entangled with this person that you would really wish that they would just straighten up, fly right, be nice, be kind, love themselves. I've been there, man. Being in love with someone who's having trouble loving themselves is very frustrating. But ultimately, The platypus is saying it's down to you. You still have choice. Either change your expectations, change your focus, start loving the life that you're living, or change the life that you're living. You still have the option here. That's incredible. Okay, one last card. A suggestion from your angels, guides, and loved ones on what you can do right now. Guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let it go. If you've been feeling guilty about the way that you've talked to this person in the past, or feeling guilty about even toward yourself. Like if you feel that you're abandoning yourself by letting this person kind of trash talk you or win the argument, right? You don't always need to get the last word. This is a more nuanced journey of self-love. You have the power to create the life you love. Remember that. And if your decision with the platypus is to walk away from this person, again, guilt is a normal feeling. Breathe in and let it go. Whatever you decide to do, of course, this is a general reading. It's not my life. It's tarot, just cardboard. Choose wisely, but love yourself and others in equal part. And that'll do you right, my dear. Trust yourself. If you like that, please like and subscribe. I also have rising sign readings if you want more information on what's going on for you in July. I have that as well as other picket cards you can binge right now if any of those feel relevant to you. Thanks for watching. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.